Welcome to my panel, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. I am Jemmy. Welcome to Jimmy's Road to Spirituality. This is going to be a collective reading for the twin flames, soulmates, divine partners. We are talking about soul contracts, spiritual marriages, deep soul connections. Of course, I have pre-shuffled. I prayed in advance, and I blessed this reading. I call the divine upon all the people that are gonna, be gathered here, and they're gonna connect with this message or gonna find this message maybe helpful. I hope you are all doing well. You're taking good care of yourselves, guys, and you are paying attention. You are staying, awake. Stay woke because we are dealing with very, very tricky enemies. We are dealing with entities and principalities in a spiritual war that many of us may not be prepared for. And I feel it very strongly as well. We are guided and we are protected. We are God's, anointed people. Those that are really actually searching for the path. You know, they know exactly the responsibility and the calling upon their life, of course, their destiny. And of course, a person chooses their destiny, chooses their path. Everything is free, arbiter, everything is a choice. This is what I'm feeling very strongly. And of course, I pre-shuffled the two decks, but I started with the one that I usually, clarify in the readings for the divine masculine and the divine feminine readings. But this today, I started shuffling this deck, which is very clear. Of course, they are interferences or they are kind of, stops or blockages or in some sort of aspect the divine masculine and the divine feminine, both of both individuals, both masculine and feminine. Everybody, of course, has masculine and feminine within themselves. And even if sometimes it seems that I talk about somebody that is masculine or the masculine energy, it's actually incorporated in the feminine, and of course, vice versa. The masculine is dealing as well with his divine feminine, the feminine energy side, or side of of themselves, of the connection, of the understanding, of the calling, of the the balancing act that is actually needed in the masculine and feminine in each individual, of course, definitely. But here, the cards that are actually I have here, they fell, are the Eight of Cups upright, the Ten of Swords upright, and the Five of Pentacles upright. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Um, this energy tells me that you have kind of been thrown into like a empty hole or of darkness. Of course, mostly of darkness because the light is kind of coming towards you, person watching. If you're actually resonating with this situation, please take whatever it resonates and leave the rest. It's not for you. Maybe you can actually learn something from it, but if it's not specifically for you, do not make it personal. Do not take it harshly upon yourself. Do not, make it like feel the hurts or the pain. Maybe this situation is going to trigger you. Maybe it's not going to trigger you, but it all depends of you, person watching or cross watcher or whatever it might be. The Eight of Cups here tells me that this is a card of walk shame, Eight cups, maybe up to eight relationships, the last 8 years, something in regards to the number eight, which is very significant here. Maybe the month of August, which is the month number eight. Leo season, it could be. Maybe you're dealing with a Leo person watching, masculine or feminine. This person has, this water in their chart very specifically, um, but as well they have air and earth very specifically. And of course, at the bottom of the deck here, I have the Emperor, which is the masculine energy, which I'm going to take here. Behind him, it's the Ten of Pentacles, which tells me that this Emperor has been dealing with a family situation, a marriage, a commitment of some sort, maybe only with their family, bloodline, family, here in the Ten of Pentacles, their mother, father, whatever it actually has to belong to the bloodlines of his parents. This can talk about interference of people, but this is a card of legacy. They were meant to build a legacy in their family through their family. Maybe this is in a traditional way. Excuse me, somebody's like, doesn't want the situation to be really, really spoken about or communicated in this sense in the month of September. And this comes from the past. Maybe this masculine energy in the emperor here, with the emperor here, um, they have been struggling a lot with actually coming back to the feminine energy as well, because the feminine energy was kind of like shamed and just pull back. This feminine energy, maybe that the masculine is dealing with, they didn't have any choice in the matter. They could not choose in this situation because the masculine took the lead and they chose even for the feminine as well. It's what I'm feeling. And they chose by actually probably, committing themselves somewhere else with somebody else. Behind this Ten of Pentacles is the Seven of Pentacles, which is a card of patience as well. Um, Somebody contemplating on their work or their, pentacles can be significant of, talking about years, months, investments in the three-dimensional. Maybe they invested in seven different, relationships, partnerships, people, businesses, opinions of others, that they could actually surround them in this situation, that really, really build on this in a significant way, in a specific way, in the three-dimensional. The strength behind the Seven of Pentacles. For the masculine, specifically feminine energy watching, this person is a Leo, or they have Leo predominantly in their chart, with a Hierophant behind this strength Hierophant. There is an awakening, and this, masculine energy, this Hierophant, even if it's in specifically in the feminine here, you are called, you are anointed, you're traditionally have been brought up in this traditional way, in this specific, beliefs, make beliefs, or whatever human precepts, church significance or cults or whatever teachings in this plane as well. It is what is telling me specifically, but as well the Hierophant. It's somebody that is committed, and it's specifically committed before, the beginning of time or the beginning of this experience. So this masculine was, taken even before they came here. It's what I'm feeling very, very strongly, and specifically the divine, has put them in this life, in this specific place, in this specific situation, because they were supposed to awaken in a specific way, with the Ten of Cups behind this Seven of, excuse me, Eight of Pentacles. Very hard at work, and the Empress. Look, Empress, Emperor. I'm gonna take all these cards because I really feel that the Spirit is gonna show me something much more specific here. Okay, the Ten of Pentacles is the next. Seven of Pentacles, Strength, Hierophant, Ten of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Empress, and the Two of Wands behind the Empress, Three of Cups. Yes, the feminine energy, it's the real deal here. I saw that, of course, the High Priestess um, in the pre-shuffle, but I believe it's in the other deck, because I start with the decks reversed, and it's something very, very weird a little bit about this. Of course, before I came into the reading, I felt um, that many things were at play, but I felt attacks, spiritual attacks, demonic attacks in regards to the masculine, psychic attacks, evil eye, a lot of confusion, unsteadiness, discomfort, heartbreak. I felt all this, but in small phases. Um, and I felt that somebody in the midst of the masculines, or in the masculine energy, or in regards to the masculine energy, they are trying to still interfere, or trying to put blockages or stumbling, blocks, or whatever entrapment or blockage in regards to the masculine. But of course, the masculine is undergoing a specific process of awakening and transformation and metamorphosis. I saw in both decks death, specifically a bunch of times. Death, it's all over here. Scorpio season, transformation, metamorphosis. It's quite very deep and profound and painful in some sort of aspect. Process, as I said, or how to call this. Roads, specific, it's something in regards to their traditions, teachings, beliefs, systems. um, this can talk about church specifically, that goes to church and really is a fanatic, or they were raised in a fanatism kind of way. You're dealing with somebody that was brought by spirit, religious fanatics, people that they were like putting God in a box, or they had specific rules or beliefs or traditions or customs that they have formed the masculine into the specific pattern, into the specific mentality, way of living, carrying yourself. In specifically what they really went for in when they were younger, or when they started to see things specifically in in their own advantage. They want a specific kind of life, a specific stature in the community. The masculines, it's very important here. But let's go back to the Eight of Cups. They walked away. The masculine walked away from the feminine, and they killed and murdered the situation with a Ten of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or they're dealing with somebody with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in their chart, specifically in water and earth, or this masculine had this, they have this in their chart, and specifically they had to uh, you know go through this experience. And then with the Five of Pentacles, they felt abandoned, abandonment issues. They abandoned the situation. But now, specifically in the month of September, they are meant to understand that they actually abandoned themselves by abandoning something that was truly for them, real, genuine, um, kind, loving, abundant, somebody that really truly had, you know, a cup filled, overflowing with love, with kindness, with mercy, with forgiveness, with peace, with joy, with happiness, with love, with unconditional love, and all the fruit of the Spirit of God, of course, because it's a fruit that is actually given. You have to abound in this, in this fruit. You have to really grasp it. If you really want peace and happiness, you have to go and search for it. You have to be a peacemaker. You have to be a kind person. You have to be, this fruit, this specific way. Because if you want kindness towards yourself, you have to show kindness. You have to show mercy. You have to show understanding. You have to connect with somebody in this way. But the masculines, of course, this is a leader position. The Emperor, this is the God card. This is a very specific masculine energy here, that they are called to sit in their power, authority, and decision making, and they are supposed to sit on their throne. They are supposed to understand and know themselves and love themselves and keep themselves and not lose themselves, not give themselves away very quickly in a in a wrong way, because of their position in the three dimensional. This is somebody that is a leader. There is somebody that is actually sitting in a position, higher hierarchy in the three dimensional aspect of you know of the situation, of the masculine situation. But these masculine have been dealing with this Ten of Pentacles. They had been, forming family with somebody in their past. Of course, fragmented earth energy here with the 10 and 7 of Pentacles, which is 17 Pentacles, which is 8 of Pentacles, which is, underneath this 7 of Pentacles is the 8 of Pentacles. 8 and 8 Pentacles, 16, which is the 7 of Pentacles. Somebody is like, divine timing is really, really important here. But the fruit or whatever they have been sown is not yet to be picked, is not yet to be, harvested in regards to this masculine situation. They're doing like double work, mastering their craft, being really hard at work, because with all this work that they put, they always get to less. they always get to this Seven of Pentacles position here. And this is clearly um, uncomfortable for the masculine. But in this process, they're supposed, in the month of September or starting with this month, to find their strength, to tame the beast within, to understand truly their position, because they abandoned the situation. They abandoned their divine counterpart only to be stabbed in the back, kill the situation, kill this person. I mean, this person, this feminine energy came towards them in the past, very willing to work things out, being patient, being, waiting for quite some time, maybe up to 8 years, or maybe up to 8 years. This situation is going to get here. How many years you're connecting with this person, and this process is not something easy. You'll never know, and in so many occasions we don't know because we separate from that person, and many years have to pass in order to something to happen. Of course, in so many occasions the divine is stopping the situation because one of the counterparts, it's supposed to stay in a situation or in a position or in a place where they're supposed to learn pain, receive their karma. Disobedience is something that is not easily taken by the divine, with all the kindness and love, care, and respect, willingness of the divine. The divine is not gonna allow masculine or feminine, nobody, you know, to miss the train, to not understand the lesson, even if it has to be death, theft, abandonment, uh, poor, being destitute. Okay, it needs to be surrender, and the masculine need to surrender. Surrender is the key. But understanding their position in the three-dimensional, in their calling, in their destiny, but what the divine really, really brought the masculines to be doing here. And it's not all about love and marriages and family. Let's build palaces and courts and shit. No, it's not about this. It's about the divine's will, the divine purpose, the divine willingness to work for us, with us, in us, with us, for us, in order for us to become or to go to that place where we are supposed to fulfill something. First of all, within ourselves, and then in the divine aspect. Because the divine, of course, is the first. But in so many occasions, we forget about the divine. We forget even about our children or our grandparents or somebody that is really, really important in our lives. But we are not supposed to forget about ourselves. That's why these two of wands being the last card here. The Hierophant awakening here, this Emperor's awakening, is truly by this Empress's hard work, choice of true happiness, joy, fulfillment. If you're not my happiness, the feminine says here with this Ten of Cups, if I'm not your counterpart in this lifetime, it doesn't matter. I accept it because the divine has shown to me something greater than this. And of course, happiness, true happiness, is just a choice, a mental thought, a desire for true happiness. It's just that. And when you actually grasp, as the feminine is grasping this true happiness, joy, fulfillment, marriage, happiness, family, um, traveling, abundance, true joy, being able to share, to give, to spread, to abound in this true happiness, it's the key to all happiness. Of course, in so many occasions, we are alone. And we feel that how can you build this Ten of Cups only within yourself, by yourself? What kind of person would live by themselves, like the feminine, and will have this Ten of Cups by themselves, within themselves? How can this be possible? I know that you, masculine, didn't choose me. But I chose myself as I chose you, as I'm choosing the divine, as I choose those that surround me in my circumstance, in my situation, in my environment, in my communities, in the society that I live. So, what a great example the feminine is giving here. Happiness is a clear, intimate, private, personal, rightful choice for each individual to experience within themselves. No external factor, no external people or situation or things or whatever it might be. It's going to bring me that true happiness, joy, fulfillment in this Ten of Cups. This feminine is just waiting for that Ace of Cups, which I saw multiple times in the pre shuffle. But it doesn't really matter. It's not about that. It's about the fact, masculine energy, that the feminine energy here in the month of September is supposed to understand that yes, I need to master myself. I need to work on myself. I need to put in the work. And this is true happiness. When I invest in myself and I choose my own happiness, not in a selfish way, not in a cruel way, not in a bad way, not in an evil way, not in a stupid way, but I choose it in a very specific, clear, real, organic, natural, healthy, peaceful way. The Two of Wands is this, the straight and narrow path. Even if I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. But I don't know why this, I mean, Psalm 23, it comes to me. But this Empress, my cup overflows. I really heard this, and I was thinking about this before I came into the reading. My cup overflows. You put a, you spread a table in front of my enemies. You fill my cup until it overflows. I shall fear no evil. You are my shepherd. I shall not be in want. The feminine is saying, and I feel it very strongly here. Of course, if you resonate with the Word of God, which is the Bible quote in this world, the awakening of the masculine for the month of September, or starting in this month, um, and it's clear to me, Jenny, because this is me and this is my channel, and this is my journey as well. I really resonate with this. It's like, boom. Um, you feminine energy, you know that you have not been seen worthy of who you truly are, what you truly have, had to suffer, had to go, in this life or in multiple lives. I feel that feminines are, they go up to 1,000 lifetimes fighting in this war, in this battle. In the three-dimensional way, you're seen as somebody very abundant, very, you know, a mother figure, somebody that is really, really grounded, stable, very hard working. And while you work, you keep on planting seeds. The masculine is like feeling that it's not yet the time. I need to find my strength. Awakening is happening in the month of September with strength and the Hierophant, two major arcana here straight. When you abandon somebody, masculine energy, you are going to feel abandoned, even if the other person is not abandoning you. But this is a karma. This is divine justice. Your awakening is going to be rude. It's going to be painful, or it is, or you don't already want. Now it's going to become like more obvious, more real, more. You're gonna grasp this in a very specific way. And yes, you're a divine being. The divine had a contract. The divine still has a contract with you. You are living under this contract until the day that you give your last breath in this lifetime. Do not forget this. This is going to be very important for you. You're not going to escape this. You know, God can be very, very patient, can be very, very merciful, can be very, giving, whatever, because He gives rain upon the good and the evil. He blesses everybody the same. He doesn't make difference. But it's going to come a time when the divine is going to hold themselves back here in regards to your ascension or awakening process, ascension, transformation, whatever. Accept your own acceptance, your own truth, your own reality. Because the church, for whatever family beliefs or whatever traditions or whatever, community, culture, said you come from, cults, whatever the shit might be, they could have taught you, they could have, tried to put you in a specific, mold. They try to mold you. But the divine says, no, I'm going to tell you the truth. I am showing you the truth. I am the truth. I'm the only one that speaks. And it is actually done. It is actually made possible. Because nothing returns to the divine void. Nothing returns to my Father void. Nobody mocks my Father. There is no such a thing. Clearly, the divine feminine choose, you know, their true happiness, true fulfillment. Very hard at work, mastering their craft, being called to put in work, being called to be a creator and a co-creator with the divine, finding strength even in the most tiniest of things, in the things that many people will never stop to consider, to see, to watch, to listen, to hear, to understand. And the path is simple. It is straight and narrow, and it is simple. It becomes more narrow and more narrow, but not in this way that you think, oh, I'm going to be, put myself into chains, I'm going to limit myself. No. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody goes to the Father but through Him. There is no other entrance. This is clearly what the divine feminine is supposed and meant to understand in the month of September. The only entrance to the Father is through the Lord Jesus Christ, the Son of God, who came into this world to lift the sins of this world and make an entrance towards the Father. There is no other way. You can look for another entrance, you can look for another teaching, you can look for whatever. It's your choice. It's your life. It's your road to spirituality. It's your path. It's your free will. But be careful, because there are many deceivers into this world. There are many devils, and even the devil, Satan himself, he presents to people as an angel of light, as the one and only, as the truth, as the life. And he is a deceiver. You can see the fruits of those people and those entities that come into your circumstance, because I felt demonic attacks. Very specifically, I felt it like penetrating my own head. This is how the divine is showing to me. I am attacked, and I feel the attack of the other person or who I'm dealing with specifically, because I'm dealing with this situation with this person. Even if I don't want to, I still do. I still have a contract. I cannot get rid myself of this contract, of this reality. This is the calling. These emperors, the feminine energy and the masculine, at this specific moment in the month of September 2022, you both understand the Three of Cups, which is at the bottom of the deck, and a Queen of Cups in the reverse, and the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So, fragmented water energy here of a Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, that they didn't receive their wish fulfillment because this person didn't have a heart. They were, emotionally immature, obsessive, compulsive, vengeful, mean, cruel. This person, this Queen of Cups in the reverse, spilled Even the opportunity that they had to love, to practice self-love, respect themselves, honor themselves, care for themselves, look upon themselves for themselves, and they betray themselves. They stab in the back and in the heart people that were truly there for them, family members, friends, partners, whatever it might have been. And minus 10 of cups for this person in the three with the 3 of cups. Celebration, okay. Celebrate what? 10 of cups in the fucking reverse. Third party situation. This is just a third party situation. If you're dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Queen of Cups in the reverse, if it resonates with you, um, yeah, this is the situation. You, Divine Feminine, you were the third wheel. But in truth, in the three-dimensional aspect of this situation. But in truth, in reality, in the spiritual realms, you were the spouse of this person, not the third party. The third party was just clone, somebody that didn't even matter because they made it not to matter. They chose not, to make this situation with this person that you're dealing with. If we are talking about the masculine chose this person um, against you. This person that they chose, it is their enemy. I saw the 7 of Swords a bunch of times. I see the 10 of Swords. I saw the devil upright and in the reverse. So there are two possibilities here. There are still masculines that they live, they're activated through this devil upright energy, which is compulsive addictions of sex, immorality, um, whatever, codependency, lies, deceitfulness, murders, thefts, whatever, in the three-dimensional aspect and in the spiritual aspect. But of course, the the toxic energies, the low vibration energies, the devil energies are limited to a certain specific point. They're not allowed to cross much more beyond that they were supposed to reach. Nothing crosses the divine, of course. This is made very clear. Um, you're building an empire, divine feminine, with the Empress and 10 of Cups, but it's an empire um, successful because of true happiness, joy. You know, and see 33, 22, 23, 24. Uh, it's because you worked very very hard to become free, to free yourself from whatever might have happened in the past, whatever. And now the path is clear, and you're blessed very very much in the three-dimensional aspect. You are creating and giving birth to ideas, to life, to empires, to businesses, to you know building something so great that many languages and many people are going to know about this and are going to join and share into this life, in this abundance, in this care that you show, and love and interest that you show into yourself, because you have a clear path from the divine, and because you have been working very very hard for many many years. Nobody knows exactly the sacrifice, the pain, the suffering that you have to live, to experience, to undergo through in fire, water, earth, air. This is, of course, Taurus and Libra energy. Air and, I want to say fire and water, but no, air and earth. I don't know why I'm snapping my snap, 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 snap. Um, Shall I clarify? Yes. Let's clarify a little bit. It's so beautiful. This energy is so out of this world. Oh my god. Okay. One card jumped. Oh my god. And it came facing down. The High Priestess. Pisces energy. You are enlightened about the situation. And you're, for sure, you have been, walking this walk of shame, hangover, drinking yourself to death all night to just conquer one dude and then have all your drinks and cups, they're empty and you're like so drunk and so pathetic and you feel like this person actually never saw me. If they saw me, they laughed at me. And now you see the high priestess is a keeper of secrets. It's a person that sees through the veil. It's a person that sees through people, through energy, through gestures, through body languages, through people, how they smile, how they look at you, in the way that they behave. There is nothing hidden in the three-dimensional and spiritual realms from this high priestess. Forget about it. You're lying to yourself. You're very transparent for a high priestess sitting here in this situation. Of course, take it how it resonates. Maybe it's not resonating with you. The next card at the bottom of the deck is the Five of Cups. Uh, Maybe still some things to heal on both parts, or just releasing the past. That's why it's called the past. Learn from it, accept the situation, forgive yourself, forgive the other person, release, heal, free yourself. Because something, and it's going to be maybe surprising for many of you, or maybe not, this is not going to be a surprise, but behind you, it's somebody, two cups sitting, that it's, that are yours. This is the promise of the divine. Oh, I'm not going to take this card though, because I don't feel it like that. Okay, a few cards here. Okay, Seven of Cups in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. And the cards that jumped from me here, I mean, it's again, Ten of Swords, clarifying Ten of Swords. It's a very good clarification. What happened, happened. You know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Divine masculine, divine feminine. This is the lesson. You lose and you win, and sometimes you lose but you win by losing, and sometimes you win but you lose by winning. And of course, what it comes to my mind is the last shall be first and the first shall be lost. The lost. I don't know why. But with the star card being the next card on top of the Five of Pentacles here, Aquarius energy, and of course Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces with the High Priestess. Um, the star card, Aquarius, of course, Aquarius season might be very, very important for you here, guys. Masculine and feminine energy for everyone, definitely. But with the star here, you're going to receive some sort of understanding or revelation or dreams, visions, messages that the divine is actually waiting for you to be able to open yourself, maybe through the truthfulness or the healing or the acceptance of the situation. This person is vulnerable, is naked, sitting under the stars with one foot in the water and one foot on the ground, holding holding something in their hand, putting their hand on a rock and then just pouring water from a vessel into the water, accepting that through releasing and pouring that emotion from the past, you're going to receive new emotion. This is what I'm truly clearly feeling and seeing in this energy, in this card. And it's something that it's actually alive within yourself, something that is supposed to be alive and activated and real and constant within yourself. And yes, they didn't abandon you. The divine didn't abandon you. You abandoned yourself. And you have to face this truth and this reality about oneself. both masculine and feminine energies. The Tower is a surprise here on top of the Emperor. Fake foundations built on sand, the past foundations that they were not meant to even be built or exist, clearly are destroyed. The divine has spoken. The divine is really, really straight to the point, masculine energy. You're gonna have to let go of whatever didn't work, whatever it was fake, whatever it was not meant for you, whatever it was not real, whatever it was not good, whatever. No matter in what and how much and with whom you invested in what you did, it doesn't matter. The next card is the Knight of Swords, the Hierophant again, the Five of Pentacles this time in the reverse, and the Hanged Man. Truly, there is a message coming towards somebody that dibbled and dabbled into sorcery, black magic, hookity pookity, kitchen sorcery, potionery, abracadabra, whatever the fuck this magician shit, delusions in regards to emotions, in regards to relationships, emotional relationships, investments in the past. That didn't work. The divine says no, nothing is going to penetrate what I actually settled. What is actually standing, and I say 41, 41, 42. Maybe it resonates. Maybe you're between 41 and 42, or since you're 20, 42, or you're going to be 41. Maybe something with these numbers, maybe take it. If it resonates, please. If they don't, do not take anything. Um, But the truth is, and clarity with the Gemini record is a very quick message of some specific truth in regards to the Hierophant's awakening, feminine energy. This person doesn't want, to leave you in the cold. They don't want, because through this awakening, they understood that they have a calling, that they are a teacher and a master in a specific way here in the three-dimensional plane. They have something to fulfill, to guide, to lead, to teach, and to learn themselves, because first you have to be a pupil, you have to be a student, you have to be starting from scratch, yes, from zero degrees to up to whatever placement, okay? They don't want this situation in the reverse. They don't want to leave the situation out in the cold, feeling abandoned, knowing that they abandoned the situation, because now they're hanging on this limb with the hanged man. This is change of mind, change of perception. If you're able to renew your mind, you'll be able to renew your entire life, entire environment, energy, vibration, understanding of the situation, clarity, truthfulness. Of course, this is somebody very enlightened. This person, they look deep within themselves, and they're forced because they're hanging on this leg. They're actually, hanging by their right foot on this specific pole, or whatever you want to call this. They put themselves, or the divine is showing them deliberately. You're supposed to stay in this position because it's going to do you much better. Because if not, you're not going to be able to see ever what is the truth and the reality, the truth, the true reality of this situation, of your calling, of your whatever you have chose masculine energy in the past. Let me take two more cards, and I'm gonna be out of here because I need to prepare to go out and have fun and live my life. Page of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Empress, Page of Wands, Four of Pentacles at the bottom. I took four cards, okay? Page of Pentacles, a small offer, or somebody that is really, wanting through this, illumination, clarity with the hangman, understanding truly what they did in the past, what they chose by leaving the situation hanging, or abandoning the situation, abandoning the person that they were supposed to be, with, and maybe you were forced feminine, but you kind of, I feel that you kind of went straight forward, and you just kind of didn't look very much back, or you're not bothered because you know that it's, the divine had a plan. The divine has a purpose and a meaning and a calling and a specific, pattern, journey, contract, whatever it is, you call it whatever. Okay, and you're trusting in the divine. This is actually what is this masculine is actually called to be doing. And this is what they're actually, I don't know why it's specifically about masculine, but maybe you incorporate feminine energy, this hierophant. And it's like clarified twice. You're the star, you're the high priest, you are strength, you're the hierophant twice. Maybe you're the person that embodies masculine and feminine, or maybe you masculine, you're the person that embodies twice the empress and twice the hierophant, once the high priestess. This is very powerful, very specific. The Page of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, of course, reciprocation, balancing the scales, with giving and receiving in the same way. If you don't reciprocate, that the other person doesn't, what's the point? I mean, both of you may be masculine and feminine, and for sure, not maybe. You both, have to be experiencing relationship where you gave and the other person took, or they gave and you took. It was never a balance. But the divine is teaching you both balance, masculine and feminine, or only the masculine and only the feminine. If they never come together, it doesn't even matter. It's just the spiritual and the energetic. We're talking about energies here, okay? Not necessarily, individuals, but energies, lessons through these trials, tribulations, and whatever one gets stuck in block. Oh, this is my person. I'm gonna be stuck 15 billion years on this. The divine is gonna say no. This person is not for you. You are meant to supposed to be awakened, triggered, activated, and understand the truth. Learn lessons, pass tests, and the church bells are ringing. So this is another confirmation. Fragmented earth energy here of the Seven of Pentacles. Again, going to the Seven of Pentacles. This person knows they're not going to have any reciprocation, and both of you might know, feminine and masculine, individually, and in the same energy, masculine in each individual. But you need to understand that you need to go forward, give a small offer, a small opportunity to each other, or at least the masculine knows now that they need to come forward with a small offer to start from somewhere. Take the step in order for them to receive and give, or to give back because they have been given by somebody that is clearly very, very, grounding, abundant, powerful, the Empress. And this is actually connected with the World Wide Web, of course, traveling. You both are building something, and you both want to build something. But right now, there is a Four of Pentacles here. 4 and 7, 11, 2 of Pentacles, juggling. You both need to actually look both ways when you cross. You've seen that both of you, masculine and feminine, in the month of September, you will need to actually check yourself and let the masculines check themselves if they are able and if they truly want to check on themselves. Because if they are missing on this opportunity, or you're missing feminine energy on this opportunity, it's not easy to come back from. So pay attention, guys. Stay woke. This was the first message that I got by coming into this reading, and I really really believe that there is something that is trying to still confuse you, specifically the masculine, and rob you from something that is yours. It's meant for you. The divine has spoken. I just heard the divine has spoken. Divine masculine. You have to grasp and grab something that is truly yours, meant for you. It was given to you even before the beginning of this time, of this lifetime, of this experience, of this three-dimensional existence. Do not doubt it anymore. Go and grasp that thing. Go and take it. If you have the balls, definitely. And of course, the Emperor upright has the balls to actually manifest and grasp and grab and take and touch and feel and experience that. Even if it's just an experience, go and do that. Okay? You're not gonna be sorry. And feminine energy, I hope you're prepared because some things are gonna happen in the month of September. And if you are not staying awake, if you're not clearly understanding your position, your situation, what the divine is actually doing, I recommend you sit down and know that the divine is going to show to you. The divine is going to guide you. The divine is going to lead you. The divine is protecting you. The divine is actually very hard at work in regards to every divine partner circumstance. I wish you all the best, divine masculines and divine feminines. Happy September. Happy Virgo season. Uh, Peace, love, and light. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.